All right, welcome back to Cyberpunk Rewired. If you're joining us today, hope you all have a good Christmas Eve. And thanks for being here on the eve of a holiday, as we've done in the past. Here is a little view into the cyberpunk world. This is the Nomad movement. During the collapse, tens of millions of United States citizens were displaced due to the ruined infrastructure, environmental disaster, economic problems, plague, government neglect, criminal and terrorist activities, and other factors. Many of the displaced migrated towards surviving urban centers, but others became nomads and in time developed a colorful, vibrant culture that centered around the reality of mobile lifestyle. In 2020, there was an estimated 7 million nomads still roaming the lands, waterways, and ocean spaces around North America. They've made a niche for themselves via salvage, construction, contractors, courier jobs, and traveling entertainment. Where we left off was the end of our Christmas episode, and where we are picking up is for our New Year's Eve episode. This will be a two-part entitled Countdown to Chaos. On New Year's Eve, Night City undergoes a dramatic transformation, becoming an even more vivid and chaotic spectacle. Some of the details of Night City is the neon wonderland. Every building from towering skyscraper to small shops is decked out in colorful, pulsating neon lights, holographic advertisements, and LED displays that turn the city into a mesmerizing kaleidoscope of vibrant hues. The city streets itself are teeming with revelers in all manner of attire, people who are wearing extravagant fashion, eccentric costumes, illuminated accessories. It's a carnival of self expression and hedonism on New Year's Eve. On every corner, street performers entertain the crowds, fire breathers, augmented dancers, acrobats, musicians with cybernetic enhancements turn the sidewalks into a stage. Food stalls and vendors line the streets, offering a wide variety of street foods that people can indulge in, whether it be synth meat kebabs, ramen noodles, or even food trucks from a range of street delicacies. Flying vehicles, drones light up the night sky with their LED lights. Some of these drones even equipped with fireworks, creating breathtaking aerial displays that just add to the New Year's festivities. Some of the mega corporations have seized the opportunity to promote their product and services. So, in Night City on New Year's Eve, expect to see sponsored floats, holographic mascots, and giveaways from the likes of Arasaka, Militech, and Biotechnica. As the countdown to midnight will begin, fireworks will erupt, illuminating the city with dazzling explosions of vivid color. The entire city will look to the heavens in awe. The famous nightclubs and bars are in full swing. Long lines of partygoers wait to get in, each establishment offering unique experience from high-tech dance floors to retro-themed lounges. Security forces are on high alert. Heavily armed officers patrol the streets and maintain security barriers and checkpoints to ensure the safety of our running mayor at this year's New Year's Eve event. Despite the festivities, Night City's criminal underbelly remains active. We may come across shady deals, drug peddlers, and gangs looking to take advantage of the chaos. But the main event is the Midnight Countdown, the New Year's Ball, suspended high above the center square, slowly descending as the clock approaches midnight. The crowd's countdown has started, and when the ball touches the ground, the fireworks will explode and the city will erupt in celebration. A few days before, the characters receive a call from Envy, their local source fixer, stating that they've made it to the big time. This has already been posted, so if you go back and listen, you'll get a quick briefing from her of where we are now. In a dimly lit back room of the afterlife in Night City, our characters find themselves seated at a table adorned with a flickering holographic map of the city. Smoke hangs in the air, creating a mysterious ambiance. The low hum of the distant music and rhythmic thumping of the bass in the club and outside adds a little sense of secrecy. At end of the table sits one of the high roller fixers, Mr. Silver. He's known for discretion and impeccable connections. A sleek, enigmatic figure that conveys a sense of power and secrecy. Using a voice modulator, his voice is altered. Good evening, my esteemed operatives. I trust you're enjoying the festivities outside. Night City itself comes alive on New Year's Eve, doesn't it? But we're here for business, not pleasure. Silver pauses a moment, surveying each of our players with unreadable gaze before continuing. As you know, the clock is ticking, and we've been entrusted, well, you've been entrusted with a delicate matter. Tonight, the city's elites have gathered to celebrate, led by none other than mayoral candidate Evelyn Kane. However, there's a storm on the horizon, and it goes by the name of Zero Hour. His gloved hand motions to the holographic projector. A photo of Zero Hour appears on the screen. This is who we have been sit, sent to find. Any means necessary. We need to identify and neutralize. Now, the little bit that we know of Zero Hour is their master. They have mastered deception, hacking, explosives. They've infiltrated the heart of this celebration. And if everything is going the way that it seems, in the New Year's ball, when it drops, there will be a catastrophic explosion, endangering our would be leader, our current city leaders, and unleashing chaos on the streets. The projection shifts to show the image of the New Year's ball suspended above Night City. He clasps his hands together. Your mission is clear. Identify Zero Hour, prevent the ball from reaching the bottom, and neutralize the threat. The clock is ticking. You don't have much time. He leans in, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. However, remember, information is power in Night City. We don't have a name. We don't have a face. We don't have a motive for Zero Hour. We need to follow any leads, gather any intel, but we need to tread carefully. Once you've found him and you decide whether to capture, eliminate, or uncover their motives, That's up to you. Welcome to the game. The city's fate lies in your hands. He leans back, the holographic map flickering, leaving the weight of their mission to weigh on them. I'm going to go ahead and have everyone roll initiatives for pecking order. Max, you've received your mission. How does this weigh on you?
Heavy. Very heavy.
It's the first big mission that this crew has been on. Um, and on top of that, everything that happened with Christmas as well probably is very impactful at the moment.
So much so that I know I would be very intoxicated.
After found the body in the morgue of your fellow police officer and you had a discussion with your chief, this is one of the leads that Vega was looking into, was specific for Zero Hour and his crew. And it seems the work that was put in not only by Vega, but by you and your chief is what has assisted in Mr. Silver noticing you and your crew. So, as much as you don't want a hand in the pot, the due diligence of your department has kind of helped land you the gig a little bit, as well as um, Miss Sinclair sticking her neck out time and time again for you and your crew.
Would like to recall the events. Try to recall the events with Chief. Me being in a drunken stupor.
Let's
What we
do
spoke about.
let's do a d6 roll. 1 through 3. Your memory is fuzzy. 4, 5, 6. You're able to keep track of everything. Your memories fade in and out when you spoke to him about what situation is kind of blurred. A mix of the Revenant, a mix of Santa Claus, a mix of Zero Hour, the conversations that have happened, everything that has transpired these past few months intermingle in your memory. The one thing that sticks out is the silver suit. You know that is your main goal. The whole reason why you decided to play things a little bit more by the book when it comes to the department, but you're still playing loose outside of those doors.
I would like to reach for my agent and call the chief.
The faint ringing is heard. Pick up. Zorganov.
Chief, I've been playing this by the book. You know I need these people. I
Yeah.
need something.
I'm still working on as much information as I can. I've got a couple of guys that I trust that's even helping out. I've got them unmarked. They're all downtown right now. They're reconning the situation. His crew is about there's 6 of them all together that we know of. There's a 5-man crew plus 0 hour. Being that small, they're easy to slip in and out unnoticed in most places, especially if they're only one of them. No distinguishing marks on any of them. All we know is that it's private security at this point.
This information I do know, but you know, officers like me, we don't we don't play by the rules. We don't have that many close. Vega was I lost him. I need these people.
Cops
I'm
like
gonna
you don't
stop.
last long, okay?
I'm gonna stop playing by the.
No, just listen. Cops like you don't last long, okay? Vega knew it. You know it. I know it. By the
This crew
books
that I,
or not, just don't do
this
anything
crew,
stupid.
this crew that I have, they are the closest. His family didn't really have much. City does.
Bounce out of Discord and come back and try to repeat that, please.
Where were we?
You were explaining about the crew being the closest
This
thing.
this crew is the closest I have to family, and it seems like this city, all it does is take and take and take. And right now, I'm at my breaking point. It's taken my wife. It's taken friends. I can't play by the book anymore.
When you signed up to NCPD, swore an oath to protect the city at all costs, and you knew exactly how much it would cost. You know what that last price is?
Everything.
Yeah, it's everything. Marriages, families, your arm, your leg, your vision. It doesn't matter. That is what Night City is. There is no give, there is only take. But there are
Well,
certain things that you're supposed to do and you have to do, especially as an officer. So do
well,
your job, do it by the book.
it seems like people in the city take, so I'm thinking I should be the one that starts taking. Also, you said that I took an oath. It seems like I'm gonna have to be an oath breaker at this point.
You're going to wind up in the same spot as Vega if you don't stop.
Make sure you bring flowers to my casket. I want to hang up the phone. I want to start heading toward some of the beat cops downtown
Um,
to see if they have any kind of lead.
all right, let's move to Ivy. You've gotten your mission from Mr. Silver, and you have overheard half of the conversation from the point of view of Max. What are we doing at this point?
When he when Max was talking and he said that he was like you could tell that he was getting down, she placed her hand gently on the top of his back at his shoulder to try and comfort him gently, like a nice human would, not in a nasty way. But no, she's annoyed that she got all dressed up and now she has to go home and change to go fight. So that's what she does. Because she can't drink, she can't do anything in her nice little dress and heels. So she goes and gets suited up. But tells the people to let her know where they're going in case they vanish.
McFly, same situation. You've gotten your job from Mr. Silver, one of the high roller in the fixer world, and the half conversation between Max and what you can only assume was the chief.
Uh, I just kind of stand there. Uh, my hands in my pocket. One of the hands is holding the Game Boy that I got from Vega. And it's kind of being quiet, just waiting to move with everybody else.
And then Nixie, same situation. You've gotten your gig, and you have heard half of the conversation between Max and what can be presumed as the chief.
I'm going to stay silent this time and just kind of go where the rest of them are going.
Okay.
There's better opportunities to push a knife into somebody, so I'm not going to do it this time.
All right, I'm going to apologize profusely for this interruption in our recording, but something happened while we were streaming this and nothing picked up between where we just left off and where we're about to pick up. So to fill in the blanks, Max had called the chief and had a conversation concerning where he's at and I guess the atonement for how he has been as a NCPD officer. The rest of the crew has followed suit with this being kind of a momentous occasion, but also a somber occasion. Momentous in the fact that this is a fairly big gig that will gain them high reputation with a lot of people and open up doors that normally would not open up. Sinclair herself has put her neck out on the line to get them this gig. So not only are they hoping not to screw this up, you also have the somber tone of McFly, Nixie, and Ivy in Max's situation. During this time, there's been two beat cops that Max has spoken to. He's wanted to know about Zero Hour. They came up empty handed. He did speak to Sinclair, who gave him a few leads, one being an informant named Whisper, the other being strange symbols that are being used between Zero Hour and his crew. That's very reminiscent of the old WorldSat logo. Is it a coincidence, or is there something else connecting them? A text has been sent out to three individuals of Ivy. Two of them has clumped themselves in a group text. It's her parents. The text read, "Yes, of course we're downtown. Anyone who is anyone is down here. The question is, are you downtown?" She responds with the quickness, stating, "Yes, of course I'm downtown." And that's where we will pick up. Once again, I apologize for the loss of audio, but I hope this makes up for it. All right, on to Ivy, who has gotten a group text back from two of the individuals that says, "Yes, of course we're downtown. Anyone who's anyone is downtown. But the question is, are you here?"
Okay, so I text back. I've had to change my mind what I was going to say. I text back and I say, I'm not there yet. Dot, dot, dot. Keep your eyes peeled. Dot, dot, dot. See you soon. That's the response I get.
You get three dots for a moment, and then a response. We're in the mayoral booth with our current candidate, Miss Kane. So whenever you get here, you let us know.
I text back, Kay, I'll be bringing some friends. And I
For
turn around to the group and I say, hey, do you want to go to a party?
for everyone in the area, Ivy has just asked if we all or you all want to go to a party. Your mics are open for any and all conversation.
Um,
Party.
I guess I don't. Is there a specific kind of part? What the New Year's party?
The ball. I have a way in to the mayoral booth. If you want to get information, Max. If you want to talk, find out anything. Everyone's there.
I mean, it sounds like a good place to start digging for information. I say looking over the maps.
Oh,
You should go. All y'all should go.
you should go too.
I won't.
Maybe he has a different avenue of information he wants to go down. I kind of say nudging Nixie not to try and press him to join us.
I'll just roll my eyes and say whatever. Mm.
Will you be okay on your own though, Max?
It's no different from when I first got in this city. So
You'll be fine. Just just message us if you get anything, and we'll let you know whatever we find out.
all right, I'll do the
I
same.
go in. I, as they're talking, and I know Max isn't coming. I go into my bear and I pull out a hip flask and I give it to him. And I say, I filled this with bourbon for you.
It's my favorite. Thanks.
There's more in there if you need it.
And at this
You got your
time,
back.
we're going to split our characters with Ivy, McFly, and Nixie all going to the candidate center where our current runner, Evelyn Kane, sits with a lot of the higher ups of Night City. Max himself, with a different agenda of seeking information, has put out a call to one of his connections, Guilty Spark. Now, this information broker of sorts is known for their discretion, but the relationship that Max and him has built is a bit unstable because it's built on fear. Fear of Max and what the NCPD could do as far as burying Spark. The phone picks up. Um, yeah, what's going on, Max? What do you need?
You know what I need.
Um, there's a lot going on. I need specifics, man.
The freaking silver. I know you have something good.
Uh, yeah. Let me see. Zero hour, right?
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Um, are we looking for
Location.
uh
Anything.
so you know there's that tap that we installed on your phone so I could hear things. This whisper. I got a location for them. There's also a supplier um, known as the Profiteer, um, who's been
The
seen.
profiteer.
Yeah, he's been seen not directly associating with um, Zero Hour, but some some of his crew has been seen talking to him. So um, this guy, he's still downtown. From the last that I've checked, um, at one of the vacant garages is where he was working out of, and then Whisper. So, let me see if I can get a location here. Frantic typing. Yeah, he's actually got a booth set up. He's an information vendor today, so he should be close to the ball.
All right, I'm head there now. You know what happens if this information is wrong.
Yeah,
Break your other leg.
I get it. I get it. But, I'm trying to keep my eyes on everything. I don't need this again. Um, I can't even get out and enjoy New Year's Eve, Max. Just
I'll tell you what, since it is a mutual relationship that we have, I'll feed you some information. Put the word on the street that they got Vega.
um, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, be out shortly.
All right. Thanks for the info. And if
Yeah.
it's wrong, I'm coming back for you. So let's hope it's not wrong.
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
So I want to hang up the phone. And I would like to shoot a text to Grant.
Okay. Your phone also pings with two locations, one being of Whisper, the other being of Profiteer.
I would like to text Grant to come pick me up. I need Royale.
You get three dots that pop up, three dots that go away, three dots that pop up, three dots that go away, three dots that pop up, and finally a message comes over. Okay, shit. Where are you?
I want to examine the area where I'm at.
Your city center. Specific, I would say east side.
I want to reply back. I'm somewhere on the east side.
Three dots, disappear. Three dots, and then message. I'll be there in 5.
I would like to relay the information to Kid and say, I found some info on the Whisperer and relay the location of the Whisperer to McFly.
McFly, your phone dings with that information, as well as a pinged location showing the location of Whisper, whom is a little closer to the area that you guys are at versus the area that Max is at.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that information to myself for right now and focus on getting to the party. But I'm going to look up information about the Can I try and look up information about the location that the Whisperer is in? Like just see where,
Um,
see what like the area is like what is just like what's there.
yeah. So where that is in correlation to where you are, it's kind of on the way to where the party is that Ivy is taking you to. So more of a higher end part of town, but it is at a abandoned garage that is at a information center.
Okay. And do we already know all the information there is about the Whisperer?
As far as Whisper, basically he is a informant. Um,
Okay.
Now, why you would want um, to Like why you would have any information. I do not believe that you were with Max whenever they said who he is specifically. So, Max, whenever you are in contact with McFly, are you giving any, like a to do list or a rundown of sorts?
I'm telling him any information I have on the Whisper, and texting him if he can get information on uh, the Silver Freak from the
Uh,
Whisper.
okay.
So, with your research that you're doing, as well as being in contact with Max, you know, with some of these information brokers, they only do a one client at a time, not multiple people. So being three, you may have to also split off from the group to
That's what I
actually,
was gonna do anyway.
yeah,
I was going to mm, well, I'm gonna wait for Brent to come to me.
gotcha.
I'm gonna tell them I got a thing to do real quick, and I'll meet them at the party.
Okay. So Ivy, now your group has dropped down to just you and Nixie, as
Mhm.
McFly has an ulterior gig that he has to take care of some issues. So it'll just be a girls' party for now.
Okay.
So with McFly moving off, you and Nixie both have made it to the area where the candidate is hanging out, and it is a stark difference between this area and where you all came from. It is a proverbial who's who the moment that you walk up the stairs. It's less of a question of who's here and who's than it is who's not here.
I'm going to scan the room and see if there's anyone other than the people that I'm here to see that I know and try and avoid them.
See if we have thing of the sorts. I would say one of your underground activists, almost in the same situation as you. You see Rebel is there. Um, she's one that operates in the shadows of the underground to kind of fight that corporate oppression, but being a part of the higher class society, she's shunned by the parents, but still brought to any and all major function. And you also see the two that you have come here for.
I pause ever so slightly and just stare at them before heading over.
Now,
Hi.
with the way that you and your parental figures are, being that you were cut off and that you know that they're going to snub their nose at whomever you have with you.
Mhm.
It's more of a would your parents still wholeheartedly act like nothing has happened? Or would there be kind of tension between them and you as well?
I think if they're within earshot of their peers, they would be all nicey nicey, but you can see the resentment and the hatred there.
So, a one on one aspect, it would be a different story.
Hmm.
But for the moment, with whom they're around, it's we love our daughter. We would do anything
Yeah.
for our daughter.
Hmm.
They turn and a show of extravagancy on seeing you. An embrace, a hug, a brush of the hair is given as they make this outlandish meeting with you. Everyone kind of looks over and gives that needing awe that they were hoping for of these really are good people and they would never do anything to jeopardize anyone here, including our candidate Evelyn Kane. Should have come here earlier. You would have been able to meet everyone else before they moved on to bigger and better things, darling. Um, but it's so good that you're here. Family is the most important thing.
Whatever do you mean, Mother? Who did I miss?
Ah, there was. Do you remember the neighbors that we had? Um, they moved away. It was the Browns. They were here. There was a few others. One from Arasaka. They were here. Some of the higher end um, owners of WorldSat were here. Miss Kane over here. She actually sits on one of the boardrooms of that. So not only is she a candidate, but she's also very high class and into the corporate world, as they would say.
Interesting. I'm so sorry I missed it. I got
Oh,
held up.
you know, I'm sure that what they say is kids will be kids.
Speaking of, did you get my gift? Was it passed on?
From the post
From
office.
Christmas?
Yeah,
Yes.
uh, out of they kind of pull you in. Out of all things to send, you sent via the post office. You couldn't stretch a little bit to, keep them away. You could have sent a higher class postage, but we understand money's probably a little tight, darling. Yes, we certainly did get it, and it did get passed on. I assure you.
And how is she?
Every day we all grow into outstanding individuals. With a guided
I
hand,
see.
you can go a lot further in life.
And I lean in to my mother and I go, well, hopefully not with your guiding hand. Look how I turned out. And what? You're ashamed I sent something through the post office? Good, upstanding members of society? Oh no, could never get a teddy sent through the post office for the grandchild that they don't want anyone to know that they have. And I push past her.
I guess
Mrs. Kane,
she
how
must be in a
are
hurry,
you?
everyone. She must be in a hurry, so many people to meet. For Nixie, you have seen this entire interaction. Are you following suit? Are you going to rub shoulders with any of the big wigs here? What are we doing?
Um, I'm just kind of taken aback by the whole interaction and give like a menacing smirk to her parents, um, with an attempt to make eye contact.
When you catch the glance when making eye contact, what are we trying to do with this? Are we trying to give out
I hope
a
to embarrass them, to let them know I heard everything, and that is hilarious.
so it's a I don't know if you know, but I know that you know, and now you know that I know what you know.
Yeah,
Ah,
yes.
it
And
is
I
clear
will
on their
just kind of
face.
it's what?
It's clear on their face that they got that message.
Uh, I just kind of politely walk by them and say, "Lovely evening."
And you're going to reconvene with Ivy.
Yes. It's I'm her guest, so I don't want to stray too far away.
Gotcha. All right, Max, it has been about 5 minutes or so, and you see a black SUV pull up, window roll down. The helmeted figure is that of Grant. All right, so what are we doing now?
Vega's dead.
Yeah, I had a suspicion. I've got my claws in the PD. Um, so is it the freak that we're going after, or are we doing hunter gatherer type shit?
More like Hunter x Hunter. Find some information and kill her later. But there's this guy, Profiter. We gotta go see him.
Look, I'm not saying that he's worth your time or not, but good the dude's got good gear. I mean, so there's a chance his hands are clean, but no clean hand is always clean. It's always dirty once or twice. So there's that. Um,
Either way, let's go see him.
yeah, do you got the location or not?
I believe I do.
Okay, just put your agent on the screen up there, and we'll head to it.
I want to give Grant the information,
It's loaded up on
but
the GPS.
I would like to turn my agent off.
So agent is turned off. Is there any way that your crew would know that your agent is turned off?
No.
Gotcha. So you and Grant head off to find the profiteer. McFly, you have parted ways with Ivy and Nixie to head to find an informant known as Whisper. You come across midways between where you were and where the girls are now. So it's still kind of a upscale place, but it still is an abandoned garage where it seems a informant booth is set up. The outside itself reads Whisper, the
Bit
one
on the
who
nose.
knows it all.
Hmm. All right. Well, I had to go speak to the Whisperer.
Whenever you walk in, you see that there's several guards in the waiting room of the building. Does he have an appointment? Hey, ask him if he's got an appointment, guys. One of the guards themselves walk up to you. Do you have an appointment?
Totally.
What's your name?
Max.
Let's see. You go look at the computer. Guard turns and heads to the computer to check out. See if this name pops up. Is there anything that you yourself will be doing to circumvent the inevitable no on his end?
Yeah, I was gonna try and see if I could implant my name onto the computer for a appointment.
Do you want to roll with the library search, or how do you want to do this roll?
Yeah, let's do the library search one.
All right, so we'll do a fairly low DV10 since you are a hacker,
Okay.
and see where we're at on it.
Hey, let's make the 10, please. Okay.
The moment that he gets over and he types in M, it's the first one to pop up. Um, what's the what's the last name on the account?
I'm gonna say motives.
Yeah, yeah, boss. It's Mr. Motive. He's got an appointment. Okay, well then send him back. The guard ushers you through the door, and then the door shuts behind you. And he looks over at you. Now listen, kid. Is this the first time that you've been here? Because I don't recognize your face. Either way, this room soundproof. You don't got to worry about anything that they might, probably hear. But the issue at hand is you have an appointment. Do you know how this works?
Nah, this is my first time. I'm very confused. If you could help me out,
All right.
just give me
So
a little
depending
information.
depending on what you want to know, depends on how much money it's going to cost you. So, if you've got deep questions, you better have deep pockets.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
All right.
Um, how much would information about the silver and I look at my phone. I'm acting like I'm looking up the information, trying to remember the guy's name, but I also want to see if there's any way that I'm assuming he probably has credit on chips, right?
Yes.
I wanted to see if there's any way I can skim money from him to use to pay him back for the information.
So we're gonna do a D6, 1 through 3. There's a way to do it, but you're gonna get caught. A 4,
Okay.
5, 6, you're able to do it without getting caught.
Okay.
Now, if you're fine with the outcome, then let's roll it.
Ooh, this is well, if it works, it'd be so great. If it doesn't, well, I do got my bag, so that's good.
And you also have luck that you can spend.
That is very true. And I think I have all of my luck too, so I'm gonna go for it. I gotta go for it. Ooh,
How much money do you skim on your first go?
I'm taking like I don't know how much information runs. How do dude seems like he's pretty well off.
Yeah, I would say that it's costly.
Okay, I'm taking what would the information be out of character? I wanna know what would you think would be a good amount? Because I'm telling you, I would like I'll just take it all,
I
but I
mean,
don't
if
know
you
how
if
much
you
money
want to
it would be.
skim everything from the cards, you could do that.
I
Considering that
want
it's
I want to skim the majority, except for like one card, just in case.
okay, so I'm gonna say you could probably skim about 9, maybe 10,000 eddies off of those cards.
Okay, I'll go with the 10K.
Okay. All right, look, that's that's a lot of money. All right, not only is it sensitive, but it all depends on what do you want. What you want to know. I could give you everything that I know, but that would cost you, I would say, maybe 9, maybe 10,000 eddies.
Oh man, you drive a hard bargain, but I really need this information, so I think I'm gonna have to pay up.
All right. So let's uh let's get that chip from you and run it and make sure that we got us a transaction. He walks over and holds out his hand.
I uh I pay him.
So credit chip in hand, he walks over to what looks like a USB style block. He slides it in. The light turns green. He pulls out and sets it next to the rest of the cards. All right. I don't know who you are. I honestly don't care. So where should I start? Um, I guess we'll start with why he's here. How's that?
That's fine.
So we're used to fireworks on New Year's Eve, but it's going to be an explosive night when that ball drops. You understand?
Mm.
So the reason why is, I guess the word that I'm looking for is petty. He was fired from a job, specifically by someone who's here tonight. Do you want to guess who it is? Or should I give you your money's worth and just tell you?
Just give me the money's worth. I'm very not the smartest kid, you know.
You know, you look it. You look it. So, Evelyn Kane, our illustrious mayoral candidate, pushed for the company to let him go because he was a loose cannon. Now, as far as names go, there are no names. We know him as Zero Hour. The information itself, there are some redactedness to it. Prior WorldSat employee had a few issues. The little cyber psycho now has a vendetta against not only his old company, he also has a vendetta against her. There's also an apartment complex. Um, I gotta look up the information, but there's a set of people there that he is not happy with either. So not only did this man lose his job because of these people, he's created and assisted in some of our previous issues in Night City. So, you know, this Santa Claus person that was last week.
I
He
heard something about it.
so under the guise of his old company, kidnapped a guy named Victor Kringle, pushed all the cybernetics that they could fit, inserted a hate chip, and released him on Night City. All the while with the hopes that they would tie WorldSat as being the evil doers of the situation, all because he's pissed he lost his job, and because of this group. Um, I believe the last I heard, they were known as the Neon Renegades. Basically, for a lack of better words, stepped on his dick at some point in time. He was supposed to acquire property. Somebody stopped him. He went under a guise, but you know, names stay redacted. Um, but yeah, he has a lot going on. This Zero Hour. So his plan is to lure this group out because he knows that they've taken on some type of good guy persona of saving Night City from itself, and anytime something's happened, they've been there. So what better thing to do than to get them all in one place and destroy the thing that they're fighting to save? Kind of clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Very. We're gonna cut to Ivy and Nixie, who is bumping shoulders with the higher ups in Night City at the candidacy.
I go over to Mrs. Kane and I have Nixie behind me, and I'm like, Mrs. Kane, how are you? Long time no see. I haven't seen you since I was like yay high.
She
How's
grasps
your
your
rose heavens?
hands and looks at you in such a way of trying to remember the grown up versus the child.
And I point over to my parents. They're my parents.
Miss Rose, you are quite the young lady now.
Hmm.
A parent should be proud.
Okay. Mm. I give her a quick hug and I whisper, "You could be in danger. Meet my friend Nixie."
Um,
Name. My friend Nixie.
um,
She's a budding reporter. She's here to do an interview for you.
ah, um, I don't know. After I've actually received some information that makes me not want to um have an interview, but um maybe I can slip away for a moment, and we can we can have that sit down, because I'm sure as much as you have questions, I now have a lot of questions. So
Mm.
she taps her bodyguard on the shoulder and holds up three fingers and points over to the secondary building that y'all are at. Um, why don't we follow him? She begins to
Sure.
walk toward the outlying building. All of the security guards line up in front, three on one side, three on the other, allowing Evelyn, Ivy, and Nixie into the corridor. When the door
While we're
shuts,
while we're walking, can I get eyes on Rebel, as if to say, follow?
yeah, 1 through 3 on a d6. She's lost in the crowd. 4, 5, 6. You can make eye contact. Lost in the crowd.
Okay.
The doors shut, and you hear the airlock engage. What do you mean that I'm in danger?
You could be. There's this person that's kicking around. Yeah, I shouldn't really give out all this information, but you were so nice to me as a kid. I can't let anything hurt you. There's someone, yeah. I don't know much of the details, but there's going to be something that happens when the ball drops. Just be on guard.
But how do you even know about this?
I was told,
Told by
and I had to
who?
come here and protect you. I don't know who the person was.
Miss Rose, this is sounding utterly ridiculous. You don't know who told you.
Okay, do you remember the whole Santa thing that happened not that long ago here?
Um, yes?
Okay, well, you're not going to believe this. This little girl that you used to change her diapers, and we used to hang out with you. I used to hang out with your kids and whatever. Well, she was part of that. Okay, she helped. Well, I didn't help stop that. I was busy, but this one here did. And she points
Uh,
to Nixie.
so a
Just
mu-
trust me.
so a musician and a reporter stopped the chaos on Christmas?
Yeah, I'm pretty awesome now.
I mean, if what you say is true, then I must concur, but
Maybe
what
have had
is
help from other people.
There
They're
was a
not
little
here.
help from others.
They're not here right now, though.
and where are these people?
One's drunk. The other
Yes,
one, I don't know.
So,
they may not always seem like they are reliable in the moment when you're just talking about them, but when things start to go down, they tend to show up and tend to assist in bringing down what needs to be done. They're good little sidekicks.
right. Um, I will let my head of security know. Um, Do you both want to stay here, or are there other places that you have to go?
I think maybe staying here would be best, just in case anything was to happen to you. Evie, I couldn't live with myself.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure that the guards get you a lanyard so where you can walk around freely without the shadow of parents. I do know that they are somewhat indicative of, pardon my language, a bit cunty, um, but I think everyone here knows that. The display that they just had to do the moment that you walked up the stairs is dreadful, but um, I do understand. But I'll get you the lanyard so you will can walk freely around.
Could we have a few more, Evie, just in case our friends show up?
How many?
Three,
Yeah, 4.
4. Yeah.
So 6 altogether.
Yes, please.
I'll have it done. You just you stay with the head of security, and he'll
Hmm.
get everything that you need. Um, I would have liked this to be under different circumstances, but I do understand. He turns and knocks on the door. Security
You
walks
have my
in.
vote, by the way.
Say that again.
You have my vote.
I would hope so. Greater good. She points over to the both of you and then holds up 6 fingers. And he nods and kind of motions for you to come with him. We're going to cut to
Wait,
Mac.
if
Yes?
it's okay, I would like to interact with Ivy.
Okay.
Uh, so, Ivy, I couldn't help but overhear what happened with your parents, um, your daughter, or your child, and all.
Hmm.
And if you want to really get at your parents, I would be so happy to do that on your behalf through a blog that I'm a part of called Out the Clout. And I would gladly run a story if you ever want me to.
Um, put a pin in that for right now. Let's focus on what we're here for. I think my parents are going to get their comeuppance sooner or later. But thanks, Nixie.
Just a little tidbit to keep in your back pocket if you ever need it.
I honestly, they'd sue you for slander, so
What?
they'd sue you for slander.
It's an anonymous blog. They would never know who writes it.
Oh, oh. Okay, then they'd kill me. Let's just go and get our lanyards.
Sounds good.
So to switch everything up, instead of going to Max, we're going to cut back to McFly for a moment. McFly, you have gotten a boatload of information, but knowing that time is ticking and time is of the essence, you would be the closest to the ball itself, and with your range, might not even have to get too close to it to attempt to deactivate the bomb that is inside.
No, I was gonna go try and head there anyway. I was gonna attempt to text the group and let them know what I know, but I was also gonna head towards the bomb.
So with your information gathered and your money, well, not your money paid, someone's money paid, you're exiting the building and heading to the site of the New Year's ball. Being that you are a hacker and have some yardage on you, is there a place that you're going to set up?
Just somewhere within the like what is that, 18-meter range? Because I think that's the furthest I can be from it. Also, is there any way? Well, I don't know if I have any contact with those people. I'm gonna see could I use my contacts to try and get in contact with Eclipse and see if there was any way I could have them attempt to help me with
I would say that you could,
hacking
because
their
if I'm not mistaken, Eclipse is
like every
your
the,
your
the
kind of teacher of sorts.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you could try to get in contact with them, knowing that it is New Year's Eve. More than likely, they would be in this area.
Okay. Well, I want to try and attempt to contact Eclipse and see if they can help me with trying to disarm this bomb. Trying to
Or
like I don't know, get some kind of information. Try and get like some kind of boost in success rate, and maybe they know a little bit more about the layout or something.
gotcha. Are we doing this via text?
Yeah, like I'm gonna do it in the heads up display with the like little closed network communication thing we do.
Gotcha.
So
So something full of emojis and non-descriptive talk. So the contact has been sit out. You get a thumb back that is a thumbs up emoji, the symbol of a pin drop, and a map, signifying we're all good. Drop a pin on your location.
I'm gonna give my location or at least the location of where I need to be,
Get another
and
thumbs up.
I'm assuming I explained everything about the bomb and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and see what I can do to try and deactivate it. See if I guess try and like study it, figure out what's going on with it, like whatever's whatever's happening with that.
Gotcha. Let me give a d6. 1 and 2, it is completely foreign to you, and help will be needed. A 3 and 4, this is something that you could do on your own, but you need to be a little bit closer. A 5 and a 6, upon looking at it, the system is super simple, and you could deactivate and save every individual around here by yourself.
Jeez.
All
Of course,
right.
this the time I get the one.
It's probably best to wait for backup because there are a lot of things that is foreign to you.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Probably,
I'm gonna wait then, I guess.
yeah, it's a 5 to 10 minute interval where you see over the, I don't want to say horizon, but um, cusping over the stairs, you see this older gentleman who is dressed in, I wouldn't say fancy, but of your age type clothes. very quick, very nimble style clothes to get in and out of an area. He sets on the rail and slides all the way down. And right behind him is another net runner that you are accustomed to coming in contact with, which is Ernan, another protege of Eclipse, our techno guru. They both walk over to you. So, a bomb? And he doesn't say
Uh,
it discreetly.
it's like, I mean, yeah, like I wanna. I'm sorry, I wanna act surprised, but if y'all knew what's been going on lately, you'd be pretty used to it right now as well.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. But, I mean, right now, while I'm down here, is whenever it had to happen. I haven't been I haven't been to a New Year's Eve anything for like 12 years. And then she's the one that brought me out here, and now you brought me over here, and it's a bomb? See,
Well,
this is why dark room, surrounded by computers, and this is what happens whenever I go outside. Fuck you, and fuck her, and fuck this place. What are we doing?
well, yeah, I mean, we're trying to stop the bomb. I mean, you're here now, and I'm assuming the explosive radius is probably pretty big. I mean, I can assume how big the boom is, but I can't figure out how to stop the boom myself.
Okay, so you're already into the system itself.
Yeah.
So let me see what we can do. Um, uh, let me log into your system. Um, you log into his as well, and I'll connect to the both of you. So let's see. DV of what did I give you? 10.
Yeah.
DV of 10. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Uh,
Fucking hey.
so I mean, it's you could do one of two ways. You can cut it, or we can take it down. But there are 5 different levels that we have to go through here versus you going over there. So, and I mean, it's what looks at his watch. I mean, it's pretty late. I mean, the ball we got what about 20 minutes before it starts. Uh, what is it? Descending is the word. Yeah, descending.
I mean, I don't want anybody to die, but I also don't want to be any closer to the bomb. So maybe we should just but what if there's any kind of fail safe? Ugh, this is very annoying. Um,
So you want me to run a security check?
yeah.
No, no fail safe. It seems it's I guess what would uh what would they say? It's rudimentary, my dear.
Totally. So let's just knock it out here then.
All right. So, for his cyber tech, which is what I'm using,
Hmm.
I do have it as a plus 3 as far as mods go because there will be 3 people connecting in. The DV itself each time will go up 1. So DV10, 11, 12, 13, all the way to DV14.
Okay.
So we will see what we get as far as Cybertech on Eclipse. So for the 10, for the 11, for the 12, for the 13, and for the 14.
All right.
So technically it's disarmed, but it is still in there. So as long as it doesn't fall, like as long as it's lowered, it's fine. But if the pole itself
The
is,
impact can set it off.
yes,
Oh, this is annoying. All right, I'm gonna have to head over there anyway.
but at least it's not going to explode on you.
Hey, thanks for not letting it blow up while we're over here. But now maybe it might blow up if it fucking touches the wrong thing when I actually get there.
I
I
mean,
say as
don't
I'm
do it and
like
we'll be fine.
totally, totally, because you know me, I'm super safe with everything that I do. The safest. That's why I'm a junior detective. I say like running off to go towards the bomb.
What the fuck is he talking about? A junior detective? I think he spent too much time between the screens. But I guess we'll see. At least it's not going to explode. So you still have your heads up display on?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you are approaching, you don't see anything visually hydraulic that would cause it to move any faster, but it does slowly start descending.
I still don't want it to touch anything, so I am going to try to make my way up to get to the bomb.
There is a ledge where you could jump on to
I'm gonna have to
the
start
area.
using athletics.
So your DV is 10 to jump from the ledge to the ball itself.
Is there any other way to go?
That's going to be your quickest, or you could try to climb up the pole and around the ball, which is going to be a lot harder.
All right, I'm gonna go for the quickest then. What did you say I gotta meet?
You got to meet a 10 or better.
Hey.
You are able to jump directly on top of the ball that is slowly descending.
All right, this is fucking terrifying. Um, I'm gonna try and make my way to dislodge the bomb
You
and
see that
like
there's a hatch in the ball itself.
okay.
You open up the hatch and slide down into this spherical ball where you are met with a makeshift bomb. No conveyor itself, but the counter is still counting down. The hatch, you hear a mechanism whir as it locks you in there with all of the explosives.
Awesome.
Now we're going to cut to Max. Max, a lot of time has passed with our other characters, but you have more time than they have as of right now to at least catch up to where they are in this story. Now, you and Grant arrive at the location of the profiteer, but something that I have to figure out. But I'm going to allow Grant to actually ask this question. When the both of you pull up to this abandoned building, he puts the car in park and turns it off, and he looks over at you. Listen, I know we've got our ins, we've got our outs, we've got this, we've got that.
What's on your mind?
Why are you here with me and not with them?
Well, Vega died.
Yeah, yeah.
I lost my wife, so honestly, there.
Bounce out of Discord and come back and try that one more time.
Okay. Okay. Where do we leave off?
So why me and not them?
Well, I lost my wife,
Yeah.
and I really don't have too much family. And I kind of grew to love them. No matter how much we argue and we fight, we always end up having each other's back, no matter how hairy the situation is. Same for you.
So hold on, wait a second. Listen, 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 Max. I understand. I think it has to do a little bit with that kind of what would you call it, a come to Jesus meeting that me and you had, and then you seen what was underneath here, and then you didn't scream. That's fine. Um, so what you're saying is you would rather die with me and them live than to you die with them. So
Look, I
you
just
brought
don't want to
me into
lose.
this? So we're
I don't
gonna
want to
die?
lose. No. Well, you said it yourself. You're royale.
Look, I get it. I'm not in Royale right now. We're still in the car. You gotta wait until we get out. Then don't fucking talk to me because that's my purse. I don't know you types of situations. So I get it. Loss kind of sends you for reflection. But I told you this life catches up to all of us if we keep living it, right?
I lost so many people that it seems like there's a reason why you call me Death Wish. So,
Yeah, but what's weird is like that other one, the shirtless one, that's he seems
oh
to
yeah,
have
I got.
look, he has the same situation as you. He feels the same way. I overheard it, but he kind of talks to himself about something, um, a joker, a jester, or something like that. Either way,
Yeah,
not important right now. We'll talk about that. So why are we here? First off,
to get some information from this guy named the Profiteer. Any
okay.
means necessary.
Well, I mean, he's so he sells stuff, and I mean, you can buy anything, including information. So maybe instead of dust and knuckles, maybe you just pay him and do a transaction, and then we get the fuck out of here and go and do something else,
The
right?
thing is, the thing is how I work is anybody pertaining to a loved one of mine's death, they get no leeway.
I mean, I get look, I I understand.
If someone were to come and kill you, and someone was in cahoots with that person that killed you, not only am I killing that guy, I'm killing his next of kin. So it's
That's
just how the dice roll.
and that's the reason that you're called Death Wish. Either way, let's get in here and let's see what we do because you don't even know if he's directly connected. I mean, he could just be kind of middleman type of situation, but let's do this.
Okay. Before I get out of the car, I want to check over my guns. Specifically, the the Midnight Arms. I would like to reload that, and I would like to check over Sweet Pea Dirt Nap, which is the knife, or one is the pistol, the other is a knife, and my hold on, where is it?
So we're essentially making sure that we're working
Everything is
condition, fully
clean.
loaded.
Yeah, everything is clean, reloaded, and on my person.
Okay.
Um, specifically the where is it? The Nomad air cannon.
Okay. They seem to be in all working condition. Uh,
Okay. Um, I would like to check my pockets, make sure I have pack of smokes and the hollow of my wife.
so your normal everyday carry essentially is what you are looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
There seems to be nothing left out of your pockets. This is pretty much everything that you bring on all of your missions.
Okay.
Um,
So I would like to head out of the vehicle and survey the area.
it's shady, the area. Um, not shady in the sense of a place to hide, but shady in the sense of everything is hidden. There's only one place with the light on, and it's at the end of the dead end. You can see there is a man in white that is loading up a van with items from inside of this building.
I'd
Grant
like
looks
to.
over at you and
Oh,
kind of nods and says, "I'm going to follow your lead, but just try not to get us in a firefight. It would be great."
I'll try my best.
New year, new you.
Oh my god. I want to start to head toward the man in white and ask, "You the profiteer?"
You the one that's making me money?
I can, depending on what information you have.
Well, let me load up these last two boxes and we'll sit and talk. It's a good thing that you caught me, because I'm about to move out. It's almost midnight, and you know you wanna be at the location where you want to be the next year. And unfortunately, here in this area, this isn't my home. So um, I'd rather be at home. So let's load this up and then we'll speak. He drops
Well,
the
my friend
box.
here, he's big and strong. He can help you.
If that's what you want, then you go right ahead and do that, and then we'll sit and talk. Is it both of you, or is it just you that needs a little
Both of us.
information? Well, then he can grab a box, and then I'll grab this box, and then we'll load it up and go from there.
Sounds
So
wonderful.
yes. So what is your name, sir?
People call me Death Wish.
Ah, that's a unique tag, but timely, I suppose. I guess. And then the other one. What's his name?
Oh, him, he's Royale.
So you both sound like coffee companies, and I do enjoy coffee, but you know, maybe we can sit down a little bit later or another day. Who knows? So let's grab these boxes. He and Grant both grab the last box and load it up into this van. Walks back into the building, and there is a round table with several seats. Have a seat and tell me what you're looking for. And you know, my time isn't cheap, but what specifically do you need? Because I sell gear. I don't sell much information, so the prices will differ.
Well, I'm looking for the freak in silver.
Um, Freak in silver.
The shiny one, He's been buzzing around town lately.
Well, I mean, I don't know of him personally, but I mean, we do have what would you call it? He buys things from me, so there's an account. I mean, so I could the only thing that I could really provide you with is um, what has been purchased within the past few days.
You don't have a name under the account, no address, a phone, or anything.
We have a specific way that you get in contact with me. How 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 did the two of you come to find me? Because that's how most people find me. I'm sure that you paid someone to find my location, and then send you here because in this type of business, especially with this type of material, it's very dangerous. It takes delicate hands to move them
No, it
because,
does.
yes, because one false move and it's a mind blowing experience.
So, what can you give me on him?
Let's see how much money was spent before I tell you that, because for information on what it is, it would probably be double that amount. Ooh, okay. So, um, it's quite a hefty price. It's about 60,000 eddies to know exactly what was purchased. Now, you can either pay that now or you can get yourself on a payment plan, but it will be a down payment and will need three installments of 20,000 apiece at each transaction. So, however you would like to do this, I can get you this information.
I want to grind my teeth and look at Grant.
In
You said,
a stereotypical Grant fashion, you have the shrug and hands out.
you know what? I'll pay it all up front.
Yeah. Oh, well, then being that you have spent this much money, you're a top tier customer now, so I will definitely um, remember your face, sir. Um, he opens up his agent and clicks a button and puts it back in his pocket. You hear the sound of a printer coming from behind you. Fairly quick, he pulls off paper, walks over to you, and sets it down. It looks like there were altogether um, a bunch of firearms that was purchased. Specifically, it looks like we have. Total of 6 assault rifles, 6 pistols. Um, there are 6 melee weapons. There are 2 bombs. Um,
2.
there are a few different things of C4 that can be. So you have a total of, I believe, let's see, that's 1, 2, looks like 5 C4 detonators and 2 bombs, 5 of those, yes. So spent quite a good amount of money here. But that's the information that I have.
You do realize those bombs he's going to use on the city.
If I didn't know, do you realize the criminal underbelly, actually the underbelly of Night City, this is just every day. People buy bombs all the time, regardless of what they're used for. That's not my problem. That's why we pay the money that we pay. It's for the sanctity of being classified as a trustworthy person. I'm
I
sure that
want,
there's plenty of networks that you have that you do some very dark stuff to get into, sir. So don't call me out on mine if you haven't set and looked inside to see that we're all the same here. We just do things differently.
you know what? You are right. I want to look at Grant and I want to look back at Profiteer. I do things differently. I want to put my hand on my Midnight Arms 45 and say, give me information that I can use to find this guy so I won't have to hurt you.
Um, there is no information on how to find. Do you not understand how this interaction works? It's the same way. How did you find me?
This is a grenade launcher that I will place against your head and pull the trigger, and we will both go boom. Because I am a guy that has nothing to lose anymore.
He fumbles with his agent a little bit, and he pulls up an address and shows it to you. This address, you know, you know this address like the back of your hand.
Is this some sort of joke?
That's the only information that I have from him.
Okay. Enjoy that. Enjoy the credits that I gave you. Let's go, Grant. I want to start to leave and head toward the address.
Brant gets in the car. So, um, congratulations.
Look, we
You
played it your way. I did the best that I could.
okay? So we're on our way back. So what are we gonna do once we get there? I mean, what are we looking for specifically?
Well, we're looking for the freak so that we can kill him.
Uh, but why would he even be there?
It's gotta be.
I mean, got to be is a
What is it, a stretch? Who's the
kind of
detective here?
look. Who's the one that drinks way too much and says way too little?
Look,
I get it. You're nonverbal. You're on the spectrum. I get it. I understand. And it's hard for you to personify your emotions into words. I'm the same way. That's why you're an asshole. And so am I.
You just call me autistic?
I did.
Royale. There is a time to play and there's a time to be serious.
We're in a car on a drive. Oh, we don't even know what's there. So might as well get it out here. Listen,
Yeah.
Max,
What?
for the sanctity of my mind, I have to be this way. What are we doing whenever we get here?
Kill some assholes. That's what we're going to do.
I guess it doesn't take too long for you to both arrive at said address. So what about the others?
Let's leave them out. I can't risk losing them.
Okay. Um, um, hold on. Did I leave my phone? I think I left my phone at that. Fuck! I left my phone at the Profiteers. I guess we'll get it after this.
What did you drop it when you were carrying those? Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's fine. Look, it's fine. Let's just
Okay.
go and figure out where do you want me to go?
Drop me off at the address. And I guess you can go get the crew. And I'll
Oh,
wait there.
oh,
Or maybe. I don't know. Just go get the crew.
okay. Look, don't do anything until I get back, and I'll go get them. All right.
Maybe.
He pulls up, puts it in park, doors unlock. Look, man. Um, good luck. And don't do stupid things without stupid people.
Sure.
All right. Max, you exit the SUV and he drives off. You're standing in front of your apartment complex. Darkly lit, no lights on except for one. Even from where you're at, you know that's Envy's room. She's always there. Even whenever she has to work on New Year's Eve and work on Christmas, she still makes time to stick her neck out for everyone in that apartment. So where are you going?
Head inside of the apartment toward Envy's room.
When you are walking into the door, your agent, as well as everyone else's agents, all beep with a 5-minute timer. It's 11:55. 5 minutes till midnight. We're gonna stay with Max. Marco, the ball starts to drop a little bit quicker now that we're at the 5-minute mark, anticipating the next 5 minutes. Everything that you have done and everything that you're doing seems to be to no avail. The timer's still beeping. The hatch itself lodged shut. No amount that you're doing on your heads up display is helping you out of this situation. And you seem to be stuck. Ivy and Nixie, as far as you know, Max and Marco or Max and McFly are both on a mission of their own. And you're there with Evelyn Kane. In a way, it's good because you're protecting a potential asset of Night City. The time slowly slips away. It's 3 minutes till midnight. Max, you walk into this apartment. It looks as if the moment that you left earlier today, nothing really seems to be out of order. As you head up to Envy's room, you notice the light's on, but she's not there. It's rare that on a holiday she's anywhere other than her apartment. The voice in your head, humbled, almost prayer worthy, hoping she's not here. Just in case your thoughts are actually true. Where do you go from Envy's apartment?
I want to head back to mine.
As you walk up the steps, the timer on your watch beeps frantically with a 5-second till midnight as you reach the top of the stairs. In your corridor, you see each one of your rooms, as well as your crew's rooms, are laced. The bomb itself sitting on Envy's lap as she's tied to a chair. The image of a 3 passes by your mind. Every decision that you've ever made up to this point flickers. See the 0-0 hit on this bomb and the explosion happen as you're sent flying out and down the stairs, knocked unconscious. McFly, you've hit the very bottom. It's midnight. The door releases. A flyer is thrown in. And it says, "You found the right bomb, but it's in the wrong place. Enjoy your gift. Signed, 0 Hour." And that is where we'll end episode 1 of New Year's Eve.